Hi, everyone. I just wanted to say a few things about the grading scheme because it's not super standard, I think. We've got some unique elements in there. Here it is. It's on the syllabus, but again, just wanted to tell you some things verbally to kind of reinforce what's going on. We have two big project sets, if you will. Um, they each have at least one final thing, which is worth 20%. And then the Scientific American Article Project also has a basically a presentation associated with it that's worth 10%. The drafts for these major projects and major project components each have at least one draft. The written components, the OUR grant project description and the Scientific American article, each have two drafts. These drafts of things, and the Scientific American article also has a memo in the very beginning where you tell me what you want to write about. But each of these things are pass fail. That basically means I look at it and I'll be giving you feedback on everything, but you're not going to get any points or any percentage points in your grade for these drafts because I don't want to reward doing a really great job on a draft and then not doing any work in the revisions. I want you to do your very best in the draft, and then I want you to make it better every time. But I do want you to submit a complete draft um, every time you turn in a draft. So that's why it's pass fail. If you submit a complete draft, let me emphasize that, a complete draft, then you'll pass the draft, assuming you're doing what the assignment asks you to do. If you don't submit a complete draft or you're not doing what the assignment asks you to, you'll fail the draft. If you fail the draft, you may get, if you fail more than two of these pass fail assignments, you might get 5% deducted from your final course grade. Another option might be that I might email you and say, just do it again. Um, Earlier on in the semester, it's more likely that that will happen because it's designed to benefit you, and I don't want it to penalize you, right? Like I'm doing it this way because if your draft is only so-so, but there's a lot of room for improvement, and then you do really fantastically on the final draft, I don't want like a C in the draft stage to bring down your final grade. That I don't like that. Um, So anyway, that's why I'm doing things that way. That's what those pass fail things mean. And then everything else is standard. The OUR grant project description is 20%. Scientific American article is worth 20%. The TED style talk, which is based on your Scientific American article, is 10%. And then we have a pre reflection and slash goal setting document and final reflection. You'll do one of those at the beginning and then one at the end of the semester. Those together are worth 5%. You have editing exercises, which collectively will be worth 10%. Several quizzes, which collectively will be worth 10%. Small case studies, which are basically small little response papers that are worth 15%. And then drafts, every time you turn in a draft, you will provide feedback on one of your colleagues' work. And collectively, those are also worth 10%. That's another kind of thing where if you do it and you actually sound like you read the draft and you give kind, helpful feedback about the draft, you're going to do fine here. It's not going to pull down your grade. But if you um, don't do what I ask in that assignment, basically, if you sort of shortchange whoever you're giving feedback to, then you're not going to do well. There you go. That is the grading scheme in a nutshell. If you have questions about it, feel free to email me, and I look forward to seeing your work.